Elon Musk's platform X has announced measures to prevent its AI chatbot Grok from undressing images of real people following a global backlash. X said it will geoblock the ability of all Grok and X users to create images of people in bikinis, underwear and similar attire, but only in countries where such actions are illegal. The Minister with responsibility for AI, Niamh Smith, met the Attorney-General this evening to discuss the matter.
It's more than 2 weeks since an update to the Grok AI tool allowed users to digitally undress images of people, including children. It led to a global backlash against X, the company behind Grok, but now the platform says it's taking action. In a statement, X said it has implemented technological measures to prevent Grok from allowing the editing of images of real people in revealing clothing such as bikinis. The company added that it's now geoblocking the ability of users to generate images of real people in bikinis, underwear and similar attire in those jurisdictions where it's illegal. In Ireland, it's illegal to generate child sexual abuse material, but the generation of adult sexual imagery is not an offence.
With the intimate image abuse and the nudification or the bikinification, if you like, and I hate to use that word, but the placing of people into bikinis, that is going to continue. It is not illegal in Ireland to create this material. It is illegal to share it.
Yesterday, Senior Gardaí told the Oireachtas Media Committee that they are investigating 200 reports of suspected child sexual abuse material that has been generated by Grok. Today, the chair of the Media Committee said these latest assurances from X aren't good enough.
We know that a platform like X, where they are the modifiers, where they are the interceptors, that this really doesn't work. They should not allow this per se, full stop, anywhere across their platform.
The Minister with responsibility for AI says she will introduce tougher laws if needed.
I am meeting with the AG this afternoon to be absolutely clear in my mind that all of the provision is in the law, and if it is not in the law, I will bring in legislation here as quickly as I possibly can, and I know looking around this chamber here I will have the support to do that.
The Minister is due to meet with representatives from X tomorrow.
Well, Brian O'Donovan joins me now in studio. And Brian, are we any clearer on how these changes announced by X will relate to Ireland in terms of what is and isn't illegal here?
No, Tommy, still some confusion this evening. I mean, you saw in that X statement there that they're saying you'll be blocked from editing images in this way. There are reports today from Irish users saying that you can still edit images in this way. X also saying that you won't be allowed to generate images in that way if it's illegal in your country. But then the question is, well, what is illegal in Ireland? It is absolutely illegal to generate child sexual abuse material. But when it comes to images of adults, the generation isn't in and of itself illegal. It's the sharing of that. So that is going to have implications here for what exactly this means for Ireland and what exactly will be blocked. So I think, yes, the confusion does continue, and certainly a sense that that line inserted in the X statement about if it's illegal in your own country is kind of a get-out clause for X, that they can still proceed with this and not fully ban it across the platform and instead say, well, it'll be done on a geo-blocking country-by-country basis. I asked Grok earlier, I asked the chatbot, well, what does this mean for someone in Ireland? And I got mixed responses, Tommy. At one point it told me, no, you'll be blocked from doing that. And then in another response it said, actually, yes, you can do that if you're in Ireland. So it seems even the chatbot itself is confused about how all of this is going to play out. But I suppose, look, the wider issue here is that for the last 2 weeks, we've all been focused on Grok. We've all been focused on X. But it could be another platform next week. It could be a different chatbot next week. And I suppose it's a reminder of the massive evolution, the huge speed at which AI is advancing. The laws are too slow to keep up. And as always in the online space, it is much, much more difficult to regulate and police than it is compared to the real world. And I think that's really has been brought home over the last week or two with this.
Well, returning to that story about X and its Grok chatbot, we're joined from our Dole studio by Niamh Smith, Minister of State with responsibility for AI. And thanks indeed for joining us on the 6-1, Minister. You were just out of a meeting with the Attorney-General this evening. Can you tell us what was the purpose of that meeting?
Yes, Tommy. So the purpose of that meeting, I suppose, was to give myself and the government absolute confidence in the fact that the laws that we have in place here in Ireland do protect our citizens in every way possible when they're faced or technology like this becomes available. And I am still very concrete in my own mind and absolute in the fact that we have very robust legislation and laws here in Ireland that does prohibit the technology that Grok has been providing in people to enable them to misuse imagery to create pornographic images, and I'm very confident that it is illegal in this country to create imagery of such kind, to disseminate imagery of such kind, to share it, and equally to have that ability to create it. So, as I said, coming out from the Attorney General's meeting, I'm confident that that is the position we have here in Ireland today.
Yes, and you've said in recent days as well that it's about enforcement. So do you think that people will be held to account for what has happened here in recent days?
It is important to make your viewers aware that both the technology and the dissemination of that imagery is illegal, but also users. And people might just want to think twice before they would use the technology that would create pornographic images or the sharing of content or imagery that is intimate images that is non-consensual, the sharing of it. As we know, Grok did announce this morning that they would disable the technology itself, and I welcome that development. I'm meeting with Twitter tomorrow, and I will be making it very clear to them that that technology is prohibited and illegal here in Ireland.
Yes, and should platforms, you mentioned users there, but should platforms also be held to account?
Absolutely. I mean, the platforms are the enablers and giving users the opportunity to create this abhorrent type of imagery. So absolutely, and they are my focus in this portfolio over the next number of weeks, ensuring that the enforcement of the laws here in Ireland are actually enforced, and entities like X or any other platform that would continue to make that readily available to the public will face the full rigours of the law, and
Minister,
that being made criminally
sorry to
liable.
put across you there, but as of this evening, can a person use this Grok app to undress an image of an adult or a child? As of this evening, can people still do that in Ireland?
So I've put in a request to commission them on to confirm to me whether they can or they can't. And as I said, I'll be meeting Twitter tomorrow to make it very clear to them it is illegal and it should be disabled.
Minister, not extraordinary? X knows that you're not happy about this, and yet you can't say for definite whether people can or cannot use the app to do this. I wonder, do you think X has shown disrespect towards the Irish government?
They've shown total disregard, not just to the Irish government, but to many European states. And that's why I've always been very focused on our work with the European Commission on this legislation as well. Commission them on, working closely with the European Union in ensuring that the DSA, the Digital Services Act, is there to protect citizens right across the 27 member states. And I have no doubt we're a small fish in a very big pond for the likes of X. But equally so, we have domestic laws here, we have European laws that are there to protect the citizens, and I will be making it very clear to X tomorrow that as of until that Grok app is disabled, they are breaking the law.
And even if X does make these changes to the Grok app in Ireland, what's to stop somebody from using a VPN, which basically hides their location? What's to stop them from using that and still being able to use the app in that way?
Well, I believe, as I said, our laws are very robust, and Garda Síochána presented in front of Deputy Alan Kelly and the Committee on Media yesterday, and they did, I suppose, give a sense of the number of cases that they're actually currently investigating. But as I said, I do believe that on Garda Síochána, working with the Commission of Man, working with our European colleagues as well in the European Union, will ensure that the enforcement piece is put in place.
If you're not happy with the response from X tomorrow, would you be willing to ban the app Grok in Ireland?
I have said very clearly that if X are not going to abide by Irish law, I would insist that their app is banned.
Just finally, Minister, X has been asked to appear before the Oireachtas Media Committee in a few weeks' time. Should they appear before it?
Yes, they should. And they should do it like every other online platform who will be presenting to that committee. I would encourage them and their representatives to make sure that they are present at that Oireachtas Committee on the 4th of February.
Minister Niamh Smith, thanks indeed for joining us on 6-1.